Your bones aren't just dead wood. They are actually pressurized crystal generators, producing real, measurable electricity every single time you take a step. When you walk across a room, your femur deforms under your weight. It compresses microscopic mineral plates, which shoot microvolts of electricity directly into your tissue. And that is not a metaphor. It is a literal biological battery, a self-charging power grid that uses its own current to sculpt your physical form. If we were to suddenly drain this electric charge, your entire skeletal frame would dissolve into chalk within a matter of weeks. For a long time, science taught us that bones are just scaffolding, dry, calcified pillars designed to keep us upright. But that story is completely obsolete. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of the brilliant, glowing technology humming inside your limbs right now. If you look closely at a cross-section of a human femur, you will see a network of delicate, spiraling arches. They aren't static pillars. They are dynamic, crystalline struts. Think about how a common quartz watch works. Physical pressure on a crystal forces electrons to jump, keeping perfect time. Well, your skeleton operates on that exact same principle of piezoelectricity, turning the mechanical stomp of your heel into electrical signals. Consider the moment your heel strikes the pavement. The impact sends a shockwave traveling up your tibia, physically bending the bone by a fraction of a millimeter. This microscopic warping forces calcium and phosphate ions closer together, disrupting their neutral balance. And suddenly, a tiny surge of current, just a fraction of a microampere, flashes through the bone's wet, dark channels. Deep inside, tiny star-shaped cells called osteocytes act as biological voltmeters, sensing where that current is strongest. They behave like construction foremen in a storm, directing resources to the areas under the heaviest electrical load. Where the negative charge pools, new bone is rapidly built. Where a positive charge lingers, the bone is systematically dismantled and recycled. This means your skeleton is literally writing its own shape using lightspeed electrical commands. It is a self-tuning instrument, constantly rewriting its own blueprint in real time. If you find yourself captivated by these hidden mechanisms of the human machine, join us on this journey of discovery by subscribing to the Minecraft and hitting the like button. There are deeper, far more unsettling biological truths we have yet to uncover, starting with what happens when this current suddenly stops. Just look at astronauts floating in the weightless void of space. Without the constant mechanical thud of gravity, their bones stop bending. The microscopic generators fall silent, and their skeletons rapidly demineralize. A similar fate occurs in bedridden patients, whose bones weaken not from a lack of nutrition, but from the sudden absence of electrical stimulation. The battery has stopped charging, so the body simply assumes the scaffolding is no longer needed. This feedback loop, known historically as Wolff's Law, is actually a beautiful electrical circuit. It proves that physical movement is not just a calorie-burning exercise, but a vital act of self-generation. Collagen fibers act as biological semiconductors, channeling this current in very specific directions. They are the organic equivalents of copper wiring, guiding the flow of electricity to where it is needed most. We can even see these pathways in ancient fossils, showing where electrical currents flowed millions of years ago. Today, scientists can attach electrodes to living bone and watch the digital screens spike with every single squeeze. And this constant, low-frequency hum is not just local noise. It travels up through the spine, directly into the brain's deepest chambers. If your bones are constantly generating their own power, could they actually be whispering secrets to your mind that you are completely unaware of? Imagine your skeleton not as a silent passenger, but as a massive, subconscious antenna radiating signals throughout your entire nervous system. Recent breakthroughs have revealed that bone produces a hormone called osteocalcin, triggered by these exact electrical currents. Once released into the bloodstream, osteocalcin crosses the blood-brain barrier, directly influencing memory, spatial awareness, and even your response to fear. An ancient hunter-gatherer running through the wilderness was not just chasing prey. Their flexing bones were actively powering up their brain, enhancing their cognitive faculties to survive the hunt. Conversely, when we sit motionless for hours at a desk, the electrical generator dims, the hormonal flow slows, and the mind itself begins to fog. Under extreme magnification, bone mineral looks less like chalk and more like a glittering field of microscopic gemstones. These hydroxyapatite crystals are highly organized, resembling the silicon chips found in modern supercomputers. In an electric guitar, magnetic pickups translate physical vibration into beautiful sound waves. Your skeleton acts in much the same way, translating the rhythm of your life into a silent, internal symphony of energy. In a growing child, these currents are incredibly loud, guiding the rapid expansion of cartilage into solid, electrified bone. As we age, the crystal matrix becomes slightly disorganized, the electrical signals grow faint, and the bone begins to lose its vital spark. Today, orthopedic surgeons are using external electromagnetic coils to heal stubborn fractures that refuse to knit on their own. By mimicking the bone's natural electrical current, they trick the body into initiating rapid repairs. Researchers are even working on smart implants that generate their own electricity to stimulate tissue growth without the need for external batteries. We are beginning to see the human body not as a collection of separate organs, but as a single, unified electrical circuit. Just as ancient civilizations used massive stones to channel the Earth's energy, our bodies use these mineral pillars to capture the force of our movements. Our bones are not the cold, dead remains we leave behind in the earth, but the very engines of our vitality. They are living, breathing batteries, forever converting the simple act of movement into the raw spark of life. In every step you take, you are not just walking. You are generating the light that guides your own creation.